up a dog cam, as you can tell, but it cut her off. Also, I'm not leaving yet. Ook, dunk. Darn it. Hold on, let me see if I can fix it. It's my dog. Dog cam, dog cam. It's also a cat cam if he goes and gets on his cat items. Let's see what we can do. That's the wrong way. Let's put it this way. Oh. Zoom out a little bit. Where the hell is she sitting on the very edge of it? Carly. Hello. Hello. Yes, pet the dog. I'll pet her for you. Here you go. You get your pets. Pet, 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 pet. Pet, pet, pet. It's actually her birthday today. First, happy St. Patrick's Day to all. And second, she was born on St. Patrick's Day, so it's her birthday. Happy birthday, Kari. Happy birthday. Hello. Honey bunny. You're sitting where they can't see you. But then if I zoom out, all you're going to see is my darn bed and my desk and my dresser. Hi, Kai. Hello, good evening. I don't know if I have this set up. Oh, Paul. Paul. Wow, thank you, Paul. Thank you. Hey, Booba, I haven't set it all up yet, okay? I'm working on it. I don't know how I would tell it to you, how I would use a stream deck to zoom out my camera. I just set it up, which is why I'm 50 minutes late. I was trying to set everything up. Funny. Oh, you know what? One thing I did not do was oh, also, Booba, you gave subs too? Oh, Booba, thank you. Thank you both. Oh my word, I have to put you on my crew manifest. Hold on. Kaboom, Booba. And Paul, let's see. Paul, let me make a spot for you. We're gonna put you right here. Ka-chow. I know you said you were going to give subs, but I think it's funny that you actually did it. You didn't have to, but I very, very, very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Okay. Ka-chow. And how's that? Yeah, let's just make you a bit bigger. In all your glory. Make you readable. Yeah, there you go. That's good. Thank you. Hi, Dawn. Dawn, hello. Oh my god. Hi, Dawn. Oh my gosh, hi. What? Booba, what? The Cremate Fest? What? Huh? What are you saying? Okay, hold on. I have to adjust some channel points because I never turned those off after the gaming stream. So hold on. No testing, no throw. Gotta turn the other throws off. You can't throw stuff at me right now, sorry. One day maybe. One day I'll set it up for ASMR. But that's not today. Ka-chow. Okay, that should be all fixed. Don't let her cook. What do you mean? Ah! Who's flicking me? It's so rude. Also, Booba, thank you for the 3 stream. No, 10 stream streak. That's even better. Oh my gosh, 10 stream. That's crazy. Oh god, not a scan. Well, thank you. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, no, Ben, so you can clear it. That's okay. Oh, that's funny as heck. Oh lord. Okay. I think all my redeems are fixed. I gotta check, you know. Yes, okay, that all looks correct. Perfect. Yay. Okay, alright. Oh, I don't mean to. I didn't wink. Okay. Oh, Dawn, you've missed a lot. You've missed a lot. Welcome back, though. I hope you've been... Well, I mean, I guess you have been safe since you're here, but I hope you've had a good time. And all the months you've been gone. Oh no, disguise. Oh no. Oh my god, in a scam with a disguise. A wombo combo. Oh no. Oh no, you're gonna get me. Correct. I think you might have... Well, I don't have tits on, Benzo, so it can't throw stuff at me anyways because I don't have tits on, so we're safe there. But is everybody ready? I think we're gonna get started. Let's start some reading. Also, if anyone redeems the transform redeem, I could not figure out how to get my little wheel to work, so I manually have to do the transformations. So please let me know, that way I don't miss it. I'll try not to, obviously, but there's always a chance, so just let me know. And then we'll do like a 8-ball, or no, maybe not 8-ball. How do we decide? There's 6 options. How do we decide which one goes? Quack. I don't know. We'll figure that out when it comes to it. Yeah, it's still giggly. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, shit. Alright, well, there's a transform right there. Okay, so how do we do this? Could we do like... No, maybe I can have something put up on my computer. Random number generator. I'll just do it myself. Screw it. 1 through 6. Choo choo. Yes, choo choo. We got dive dream. Okay. It chooses number 2. Pow. I am Cindermoyed. I finally got to change it. I put the colors on my outfit too. Yay! Yeah, outfit now too. This is also why I was so late. I had to put this together. But we are gonna go. We're gonna start reading. Hi, Hitmanic. Thank you. Yeah, I'm all flamies. Oh, thank you for the bits. Thank you so much. Big shock face. Okay. This is chapter 6, The Deep of the Woods. In those days, Zorondrel would amuse the boy by charms, and Benzo. Big thighs. Yum. Thanks for the bits. By charms and little wonders, and he was content for a while, and then he began to guess for himself, all in silence, where his mother was. He listened to all things said, and thought long about them. More big thighs. Thanks. Thank you, Hitmanic. Thank you. He listened to all the things said. Oh, posture check. Darn, you got me there. Okay, hold on. Hold on, let me use my... No, I can't use my Steam Deck. Why did it tell me I couldn't mute my mic? Oh, Stream Deck. What the frick? What do I have you for if you won't work? Whatever. It didn't make that much noise. It's okay. Anyways, I have changed my posture. Thank you, no wife. I hope my stream isn't laggy. Okay, she looks fine. And thought long about them. And days passed thus, and he only knew she had gone. And still, he said, thank you for the headbands. He said never a word of the thing, which was his thoughts were busy. And then he... Sidecar bar stretch. And then he came to know from things said or unsaid, or from looks or glances or wagging of heads, that there was a wonder about his mother's going. But what the wonder was, he could not find, for all the marvels that crossed his mind when he guessed. And at last, one day, he asked Sarandril. Now, in his walks abroad with Sarandril through the little hamlet of Earl, Orion would... No, oh my god, I completely skipped a whole paragraph. How did I do that? I scrolled down, that's how. Sorry. And stored, though her old mind was with ages and ages of wisdom, and though she had feared this question, yet she did not know it had dwelt in his mind for days, and could find no better answer out of her wisdom than that his mother had gone to the woods. When the boy heard this, he determined to go to the woods to find her. Now, in his walks abroad, with Sarandril through the little hamlet of Earl, Orion would see the villagers walking by, and the smith at his open forge, and folk in their doorways, and men that came into the market from distant fields, and he knew them all. Oh yeah, Don. There's a gambling for sure. And most of all, he knew Thrall with his quiet feet, and Oth with his lithe limbs, for both of these would tell him tales when they met of the uplands and the deep woods over the hill, and Orion, on little journeys with his nurse, loved to hear of tales of far-off places. There was an ancient myrtle tree by a well, where Sarandril would sit in the summer evenings while Orion played on the grass, and Oth would cross the grass with his curious bow, going out in the evening, and sometimes Thrall would come, and every time that one of them came, Orion would stop him and ask for a tale of the woods. And if it were Oth, he would bow to Sarandril with a look of awe as he bowed, and would tell some tale of what the deer did, and Orion would ask him why. Then a look would come over Oth's face, as though he were carefully remembering things that had happened very long ago, and after some moments of silence, he would give the ancient cause of whatever the deer did, which explained how they came by the custom. If it were Thrall that came across the grass, he would appear not to see Sarandril, and would tell his tale of the woods more hastily in a low voice and pass on, leaving the evening, as Orion felt, full of mystery behind him. He would tell tales of all manner of creatures, and the tales were so strange that he told them only to young Orion because, as he explained, there were many folk that were unable to believe the truth, and he did not wish his tales to come to the ears of such. Once Orion had gone to his house, a dark hut full of skins. All kinds of skins hung on the wall, foxes, badgers, and martens, and there were smaller ones in heaps in the corners. To Orion, Thrall's dark hut was more full of wonder than any other house he had ever seen. But now it was autumn, and the boy and his nurse saw Oth and Thrall more seldom, for in the misty evenings, with the threat of frost in the air, they sat no longer by the myrtle tree. Yet Orion watched on their short walks, and one day he saw Thrall going away from the village with his face to the uplands, and he called to Thrall, and Thrall stood still with a certain air of confusion, for he deemed himself of too little account to be clearly seen and noticed by the nurse at the castle, be she witch or woman. And Orion ran up to him and said, "Show me the woods." And Sarandril perceived that the time had come when his thoughts were roaming beyond the lip of the valley, and knew that no spell of hers would hold him long from following after them. Oh, wait, and Thrall said, "No, my master," and looked uneasily at Sarandril, who came after the boy and led him away from Thrall. And Thrall went on alone to his work in the deep of the woods. Is your luck really bad today, Benzo? And good job, Don. Good job. Something else I completely forgot to do was to put a time limit back on disguise, or transform, sorry. I had taken it off. There we go. Okay, now we should be all good to go. No issues. Okay. Okay. And it was not otherwise that the witch had foreseen. For first Orion wept, and then he dreamed of the woods, and next day he slipped away alone to the house of Oth, and asked him to take him with him when he went to hunt the deer. And Oth, standing on a wide deerskin in front of blazing logs, spoke much of the woods, but did not take him then. Instead, he brought Orion back to the castle, and Sarandarol regretted too late that she had idly said his mother was gone to the woods, for those words of hers had called up too soon that spirit of roving which was bound to come to him, and she saw that her spells could bring content no more. Yeah. I appreciate you using the reading command. So, in the end, she let him go to the woods, but not until, by lifting of wand and saying of incantation, she had called the glamour of the woods down to the nursery hearth, and had made it haunt the shadows that went from the fire and creep with them all about the room, till the nursery was all as mysterious as the forest. When this spell would not soothe him and keep his longing at home, she let him go to the woods. Okay, so she was trying to fake it. I get you. He stole away once more to the house of Oth, of her crisp grasp one morning, and the old witch knew that he had gone, but did not call him back, for she had no spell to curb the love of roving in man, whether it came early or late, and she would not hold back his limbs when his heart was gone to the woods, for it is ever the way of witches, with any two things, to care for the more mysterious of the two. So the boy came alone to the house of Oth, through his garden, where dead flowers hung on brown stalks, and the petals turned to slime if he fingered them, for November was come, and the frosts were abroad at night. And this time Orion just met with a mood in Oth, which in less than an hour would have gone. That was favourable to the boy's longing. Oth was taking down his bow from the wall as Orion went in, and Oth's heart was gone to the woods. And when the boy came yearning to go to the woods too, the hunter, in that mood, could not refuse him. Paul, just be better at roulette. Just be better, it's that simple. So, Oth took Orion on his shoulder and went up out of the valley. Folk saw them go thus, and Oth with his bow, and his soft, noiseless sandals, and his brown garments of leather, Orion on his shoulder, wrapped in the skin of a fawn, which Oth had thrown around him, and as the village fell behind them, Orion rejoiced to see the houses further and further away, for he had never been so far from them before. And when the uplands opened their distances to the eyes, he felt that he was now upon no mere walk, but a journey. And then he saw the solemn gloom of the wintry woods far off, and that filled him at once with a delighted awe. To their darkness, their mystery, and their shelter, Oth brought him. Not you asking if you can unsub. Oh, sorry. Can't handle the truth. Oh, can't pull out. Yeah, see, there you go. Wow, actually, that's kind of crazy. That's a lot of seaweed to lose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to see that. So, softly Oth entered the wood that the blackbirds that guarded it, sitting watchful on branches, did not flee at his coming, but only uttered slowly their warning notes, and listened suspiciously till he passed, and were never sure if a man had broken the charm of the wood. Into that charm, and the gloom, and the deep silence, Oth moved gravely, and a solemnness came on his face as he entered the wood, for to go on quiet feet through the wood was the work of his life, and he came to it as men come to their heart's desire. And soon he put the boy down on the brown bracken and went for a while alone. Hi, Mr. Manager. Good evening. Look, I will not confirm nor deny that I am cheating. I relatively have where I was. Gosh. And yet I lost it. Crazy. Okay, nope, I got it. Orion watched him go with his bow in his left hand, till he disappeared in the wood, like a shadow going to a gathering of shadows, and merging amongst its fellows. And although Orion might not go with him now, he had great joy from this, for he knew by the way Oth went, and the air he had, that this was serious hunting, and no mere amusement made to please a child, and it pleased him more than all of the toys that he had had. And quiet and lonely the great wood loomed round him while he waited for Oth to return. It's because you're catching on. Yeah. He had not... Oh, sorry. And after a long while he heard a sound, all in the wonder of the wood, that was less loud than the sound that a blackbird made, scattering dead leaves to find insects, and Oth had come back again. He had not found a dead deer. What? Why did I say dead deer? I was looking at the fact that my ad's about to start. He had not found a deer, and for a while he sat by Orion and shot arrows into a tree. But soon he gathered his arrows, and took the boy on his shoulder again, and turned homewards. And there were tears in Orion's eyes when they left the great wood, for he loved the mystery of the huge grey oaks, which we may pass by unnoticed, or with but a momentary feeling of something forgotten, some message not quite given, but to him their spirits were playmates. So he came back to Earl as from new companions, with his mind full of hints that he had from the wise old trunks. For to him each bowl had a meaning, and Zorandril was waiting at the gateway when Oth brought Orion back, and she asked little of his time in the woods, and answered little when he told her of it, for she was jealous of them whose spell had lured him from hers, and all that night his dreams hunted deer in the depths of the wood. Wait, so if I raffled, how would I fare? Oh god, not raffled, silly me. Gambled. Oh, see, look, I'm even losing. Come on. It's not rigged. I'm losing too. Next day, he stole away again to the house of Oth, but Oth was away hunting, for he was in need of meat. So he went to the house of Thrall, and there was Thrall in his dark house amongst manifold skins. "Take me to the woods," said Orion, and Thrall sat down in a wide wooden chair by his fire to think about it and to talk of the woods. He was not like Oth, but he spoke of the things that he guessed in the deep of the wood and in the dark of time, the fables of men and of beasts, and essentially he cared to tell the fables of the foxes and badgers, which he had come by from watching their ways at the falling of dusk. That's what I want you to think. And as he sat there, gazing into the fire, telling reminiscently of the ancient ways of the dwellers in bracken and bramble, Orion forgot his longing to go to the woods, and sat there on a small chair warm with skins, content. And to Thrall he told what he had not said to Oth, how he thought that his mother might come one day around the trunk of one of those oak trees, for she had gone for a while to the woods. And Thrall thought that that might be, for there was nothing wonderful told of the woods that Thrall thought unlikely. And then Zerondril came for Orion and took him back to the castle, and the next day she let him go to Oth again, and this time Oth took him once more to the wood, and a few days later he went again to Thrall's dark house, in whose cobwebs and corners seemed to lurk the mystery of the forest, and he heard Thrall's curious tales. And the branches of the forest grew black and still against the blaze of fierce sunsets, and winter began to lay its spell on the uplands. Oh my god, I turned sounds off. No, I turned sounds off. No, I swear I turned sounds off. Why did that go off? Stream Elements has not been very responsive today. Very bonk and flick, 100%. Either way, thank you, Noggin, for the follow. I am stinky. Honestly, I'll need to check that. But I promise you, I went in and I turned my alerts sounds off. What is happening? It's literally at 0%. It's literally muted. What the frick? I don't know why it just went off. It's all muted. I don't understand. Well, good news is... Hello, Chris! Hello! Was that loud? That's the question. I hate that it's going to interrupt it. But there's nothing I can do because it's set to 0. Was it loud, though? That's the big question. And hold on, let me make sure I'm caught up on chat. Yeah, we got some non-stinky people. A double 6%. That's not bad. Oh, and Benzo, 96% chance favorite. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And hi, Chris. Hello again. Thanks for popping in. I think that's lovely that you got gifted a sub. Let me see how stinky I am since Noggin says I'm stinky. Oh, I'm 57% stinky. I am a little stinky. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that is kind of bad. Chris. Chris, you're so stinky. Chris, go take a shower. Oh gosh, that's great. Frick. Yeah, we are kind of smelly. Oopsies. Oh, okay. And the branches of the forest grew black and still against the blaze of fierce sunsets, and winter began to lay its spell on the uplands, and the wiser ones of the village prophesied snow. And one day, Orion, out in the woods with Oth, saw the hunter shoot a stag. He watched him prepare it and skin it and cut it into 2 pieces and tie them. What the frick? It's muted. I swear it's muted. I'm so sorry. It's muted. It's muted. Stream Elements sucks. Yeah, I'm hearing it. Do you not hear it? Wait, do you not hear it? If you don't hear it, I'm chill with that. I will sit through it, as long as it's not something for you guys to hear. Yeah, my notifications are supposed to be muted because I'm in ASMR. You don't hear it? Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God. I'm chill with that. Okay. Okay, good. Anyways, hi Dylan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the resub. And yes, The cam is working! I think maybe next time I need to move it from up top to like be this way and maybe like face that way, you know? That way it's a bit better. I'll have to look into it afterwards. Hi Aria! Good evening! But yes, I'm very, very happy you guys are not hearing the stream alerts. Gosh, because they're loud on my end, so I was very scary. Oh, no, Jillian, it's okay. It's very okay. Do not worry. I got to learn that we're all good, so I'm fine with that. Thank you very much. Okay. He cut it in... Hi, Chris. Yay, thanks for following. First you said, now you followed. Hi, Celloflow. Thank you for following as well. He cut it into 2 pieces and tied them up in the skin with the head and the horns hanging down. Then off fastened up the horns to the rest of the bundle and heaved it onto his shoulder, and with his great strength he carried it home. And the boy rejoiced more than the hunter. Oh my god, I'm at 500, aren't I? Wait. I'm at 500 exactly. Oh my gosh, that's great. That's such a good milestone. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. 500's crazy. 500's actually crazy. Oh wow, thank you everybody. Thank you so much everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you Paul for the bids. Thank you. Yay. What a good night. Awesome. Thanks everybody. And thanks again, Paul. Very nice. You are up here. Also, Chillin', you resubscribed. I have to put you up here. Hold up. Ka-chow. There you go. Perfect. And I think that's everything. I don't think I've missed anything else. Yeah, okay, cool. And that evening, Orion went to tell the story to Thrall, but Thrall had more wonderful stories. And so the days went by, while Orion drew from the forest, and from the tales of Thrall, a love of all things that pertain to a hunter's calling, and a spirit grew in him that was well matched with the name he bore, and nothing... Chapter 7. The Unenchanted Plain. Oh, 7. When Alveric understood that he had lost Elfland... Okay, stream is fine. I don't know why it just told me new sub and follower goal. It normally does that at the end of stream, but I think we're chill. Yeah, we're good. It was already evening, and he had gone 2 days. Do it. Do it, Benzo. I don't care. You have free reign to pin whatever you want. I don't care. He had been gone 2 days and a night from Earl. For the second time he lay down for the night on that shingly plain whence Elfland had ebbed away, and at sunset the eastern horizon showed clear against turquoise sky, all black and jagged with rocks, without any sign of Elfland. And the twilight glimmered, but it was Earth's twilight, and not that dense barrier for which Alveric looked, which lies between Elfland and Earth. And the stars came out, and were the stars that we know, and Alveric slept below their familiar constellations. Oh no, Paul. It is stormy. Oh, is it dawn? Oh, darn nabbit. Yeah, look, it says I've only been streaming for 1 minute and 54 seconds. Oh my god. This happens every time. I'm so upset. Fuck you, Twitch. Darn nabbit. Every time I have to go in and freaking mash the VODs together. Yeah, I know. Gosh. There goes my 30 minutes. Oh, frick, frack, pollywhack. Yeah, well, thanks for letting me know then, Ton. I guess that helps to know that it wasn't like me, it was Twitch. And I wonder, do they do that every day? I wonder if that's what's been happening recently as well, is that it's not me, it's Twitch. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, interesting. Anyways, he awoke. He awoke in the birdless dawn, very cold, hearing old voices crying faintly far off as they slowly drifted away, like dreams going back to dreamland. He wondered if they would come to Elfland again, or if Elfland had ebbed too far. He searched all the horizon eastwards, and still saw nothing but the rocks of that desolate land. So he turned again towards the fields we know. Hold on. Oh my god, crystalline. Crystalline. I see the email on my phone first. It gives Throne no reply. Thank you. Oh my god, Stream Elements, I've been live for 3 minutes and 55 seconds. But thank you. Thank you, Crystalline. Oh my god, it's so nice. Oh my god, that's gonna be fun. Oh wow, I'm excited. Yay, thank you. Anyways, hold on. Hi, Kaguruma. Hello, good evening. Let me read Ton's message. If your stream's above 8 hours, it does not reset your time. What? That's ridiculous. I'm not gonna stream for 8 hours. I mean, I did it recently. I streamed for 11, but like, come on. Anyways, hold on. Ciao. That's for you, Crystalline, because that's so nice. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm really excited to see how different the audio sounds between the Yeti and my HyperX. That's fun. Yay. I'm clapping with my knuckles. Thank you again. Okay, squash. He walked. No. And still saw nothing but the rocks of that desolate land, so he turned again towards the fields that we know. He walked back through the cold with all his impatience gone, and gradually some warmth came to him from walking, and later a little from the autumnal sun. I don't know if I'm supposed to say autumnal, either way. He walked all day, and the sun was growing huge and red when he came again to the leather worker's cottage. He asked for food, and the old man made him welcome. His pot was already simmering for his own evening meal, and it was not long before Alveric was sitting at the old table before a dish full of squirrels' legs, hedgehogs. Oh, thank you for the headbands. Hi, Boar. Thank you for the headbands. And rabbit's meat. The old man would not eat. Oh, we got a cat. Look, we got a cat appearance on the cam. We got a cat appearance on the cam. Thank you for the lurk, Paul. Timmy, hello. The old man would not eat until Alveric had eaten. Crystalline, no, what? But waited on him with such solicitude that Alveric felt that the moment of his opportunity was come, and turned to the old man as he offered him a piece of the back of a rabbit, and approached the subject of Elfland. Also, okay, I'm caught up on chat. What? No. Is it because you confirmed got that job that they want you to go back already? so sad. Oh, poo-poo. I know you're off right now to, oh my god, what did I just do? I know you're off right now because you wanted to spend time with your family. Because of what happened. And I mean, it's been a bit, I understand. But still, weren't you supposed to be out till like June or something? For a while? No? That's crazy that they can ask you to go back early. Pooh. The twilight is further away, said Alveric. Yes, yes, said the old man without any meaning in his voice, whatever he had in his mind. When did it go? Said Alveric. The twilight, master? Said his host. Oh, Timmy's bathing himself. Yes, said Alveric. Ah, the twilight, the old man said. The barrier, said Alveric, and he lowered his voice, although he knew not why, between here and Elfland. And the word Elfland, all comprehension, faded out of the old man's eyes. Ah, he said. Old man, said Alveric, you know where Elfland has gone. Gone? Said the old man. The innocent surprise, thought Alveric, must be real, but at least he knew where it had been. It used to be only 2 fields away from his door. Elfland was in the field right next to this once, said Alveric. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. It's chosen number 3. Ka-chow. Let me see. Kaboom. See, new outfit and everything. Yay! And the old man's eyes roved back into the past, and he gazed, as it were, on old days a while. Then he shook his head, and Alveric fixed him with his eye. Thank you for the bits, Hitmanic. Thank you very much. Yay! Oh, hi, God Hunter. Hello! Hey, I got a dog and a cat. Thank you very much. You gotta acknowledge both of them. Anyways, okay, yeah. Dang, Crystalline. So it's like a double-edged sword. You got a promotion into a really cool position, but because of that, you're like off period. Your leave ends 3 months early. That sucks. Sorry to hear it. But I mean, it's not the worst. Yeah, this is Bloom Moyed, so I'm all kind of earth and flower variation. Yeah, it's cute. Cute kitty. You're a cute kitty, God Hunter? Crazy. Wow. And hello. You knew Elfland, he exclaimed. Still, the old man did not answer. His video buffering, says Twitch. Is it? I don't know. Still, the old man did not answer. You knew where the border was, said Alveric. I am old, said the leather worker, and I have no one to ask. Thank you for the head pat, Zenderman. When he said that, Alveric knew that he was thinking of his old wife, and he knew, too, that had she been alive and standing there at that moment, yet he would have had no news of Elfland. There seemed little more to say, but a certain petulance held him to the subject after he knew it to be hopeless. Who lives to the east of here? He said. To the east? Is Klein in here? Oh, hello, Klein. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, it's a puppy cat. There's also a cat. Do not forget the cat over there. You see him? He's giving himself a bath. It's buffering? No buffers. Hi, Divine. Thank you for the lurk. And hello. Hi, Klein. Hi. To the east, the old man replied. Master, are there not north and south and west that you needs must look to the east? There was a look of entreaty in his face, but Alveric did not heed it. Who lives to the east? He said. Master, no one lives to the east, he answered, and that indeed was true. What used to be there? Said Alveric. Also, I wonder how light my delay is for stream. Hold on. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, 6, 7. Oh my god. 11, 12. How late is my freaking buffer? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 20. Oh my god, it is 26 seconds off. Oh my god, what do I do? What do I do about that? That's crazy. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It's 26 seconds off. Oh no. It's very laggy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How do I fix? Oh, do I have to end stream and start it again? What? 7 stream streak. Thank you. I feel like anything I want to say, I have to type it in chat at this point. Cause like, what the frick? If I open the advanced stats on Twitch, okay, advanced stats. Where doth those beeth? Okay. Okay. Ah. Hold on, let me see. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. Oh my god. 24. Then my page is refreshed. Yeah, there we go. Fuck it, YOLO. Okay. Pop. 1, 2. Oh, 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. 1, 2. 2 seconds. 2. Oh my god, all I had to do was refresh it. Yay. Thank you, Todd. Yay. Yeah. I do forget to refresh. That was crazy though. Okay, I think we're good. Also, Crystalline again. Thank you for the stream streak. If you want to keep it going, you can always watch the VODs. I think if you watch 5 minutes of the VODs, I think it continues your stream streak. So, you could always do that if you wanted to keep that number going, you wanted to flex it. Yes, hello. Hi, Mop. Hello. And yes, hello to my animals. This is Cobra. Big Fluff. Big Flufferino. She just sleeps. Timmy's over there. He's watching me pet her. Oh, it only works for 1? Oh, that's wrong. That's sad. Oh, poo. So you have to show up every other at least. Dang, that sucks. Yeah. I know, Crystalline is crazy. I hate to hear it. I'm so sorry. That's horrible. Yeah, you got a perk, but at what cost, you know? Guac. We will miss you. I'm sure my timing is probably going to be a little rough is the big issue. I'm sorry. Oh my word, I have to get back. Bop, 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 bop. Okay. Okay. What used to be there, said Alveric, and the old man turned away to see to the stewing of his pot, and muttered as he turned, so that one hardly heard him. The past, he said. No more would the old man say, nor explain what he had said. So Alveric asked him if he could have a bed for the night, and his host showed him the old bed he remembered across that vague number of years. And Alveric... Kari? Are you good? And Alveric accepted the bed without more ado, so as to let the old man go to his own supper. And very soon Alveric was deep asleep, warm and resting at last, while his host turned over slowly in his mind many things of which Alveric had supposed he knew nothing. I'm just checking out. Also, excuse me, I did a little puppy. Sorry. It's raining sideways. Oh, crazy. Yeah, no. I don't think the rain is bad here right now. That's the good news. It was bad earlier, though. When the birds of our fields woke Alveric, singing late in the last of October. Hi, I saw this vote in half. Thank you for the subscription. Yay for the resub. I hear Coconut Mall. Do 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 do. Thank you again for the resub. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. On a morning that reminded them of spring, he rose and went out of doors, and went to the highest part of the little field that lay on the windowless side of the old man's house towards Elfland. There he looked eastward, and saw all the way to the curved line of the sky the same... Hi Maddie! Thank you for the headbands! Welcome in, hello! The same barren, desolate, rocky plain that had been there yesterday and the day before. Then the leather worker gave him breakfast, and afterwards he went out and looked again at the plain. Yeah, technically, yeah, Crystalline, you did a 6-month sub. You were subbed for quite a bit. Very nice of you. I really appreciate it. And over his dinner, which his host timidly shared, Alveric neared once more the subject of Elfland, and something in the old man's sayings or silences made Alveric hopeful that even yet he would have some news of the whereabouts of the pale blue Elfland mountains. So he brought the old man out and turned to the east, to which his companion looked with reluctant eyes, and pointing to one particular rock, the most noticeable and near, said, hoping for definite news of definite thing, "How long has that rock been there?" And the answer came to his hopes like hail to apple blossom. "It is there, and we must make the best of it." Oh, wow, wait. Okay, so does that mean that Elfland just appeared overnight, and now Alveric has to go, and oh my god, you got a jellyfish plushie. What the fuck is a plushie? Plushie. There's an H in there. Oh god. And then the old man, even though he won't talk of Elfland, is like, nudge, nudge. Hey, you gotta make the most of it. Go. Go get it. The unexpectedness of the answer dazed Alveric, And when he saw that reasonable questions about definite things, how dare you? Okay, good. How dare you for flicking me? What the heck? I am reading. Paul, I am reading. I promise I'm reading. Brought him no logical answer. He despaired of getting practical information to guide his fantastic journey. So he walked on the eastward side of the cottage all afternoon, watching the dreary plain, and it never changed or moved. Okay, it's just gonna keep going. Okay, and stop. Oh, one. Okay. Ka-chow. Oh, I'm Gale Moyet. I am cloud themed. Ta-da! Ta-da! Cloud themes. Wait. I can grunt if you need me to. It feels weird to think about reading in a grunt though. I don't know if I can do it right now. Thanks, Paul. Always in discussions? Huh? What, God Hunter? Thank you. Please don't. Paul doesn't want grunting. Ton, these are brand new. You didn't miss anything. The transforms are brand new. That's the good news. Uh-oh, disguise. No. Oh, hi Mom. Thank you for headbands. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. We were right here. I think. Yep. So he walked on the eastward side of the cottage all afternoon, watching the dreary plain, and it never changed or moved. No pale blue mountains appeared, no Elfland came flooding back. And evening came, and the rocks glowed dully with the low rays of the sun, and darkened when it set, changing with all earth's changes, but with no enchantment of Elfland. Then Alveric decided on a great journey. He returned. Kaya, hydrate! Oh, wait. Okay, double hydrate. Oh, triple hydrate. Okay. Triple hydrate. Done. Oh, I sweat. Okay. Also, grunting sailor to be redeemed is funny. Wait, someone asked? Oh, Bento literally asked someone to redeem hydrate. That's funny. God, I just stretched. I'll stretch again though. Oh, okay, Dawn. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, and a third stretch. I'm gonna have to burp from this. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. Hold on, yeah, let me see. Never mind. I didn't burp. Oh, okay, hold on. 2 more sips. Oh, I'm at the end of my water bottle. Okay, yes, I shall change my posture. Thank you. Oh, blah. Okay. Oh, okay. Goodbye, Crystalline. Thank you for being here and for watching, and again, for oh my gosh, for contributing and basically buying the did you buy it? I think question mark, was it fully funded? No, it wasn't, right? Or is it? Is it? Hold on 2 seconds. I want to make sure I say the right thing. Oh yes, it is. Thank you for buying the microphone. Very, very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. Yes, be safe. 100%. 100%. Oh gosh. Oh. He returned to the cottage and told the leather worker that he needed to buy much provisions, as much as he could carry, and over supper they planned what he should have, and the old man promised to go next day amongst the neighbors, telling of all the things he would get from each, and somewhat more if God should prosper his snaring, for Alveric had determined to travel eastward till he found the lost land. That'll be crazy. Yeah. Thank you, Crystalline. It shall be many, many things. And Alveric slept early and slept long, till the last of his fatigue was gone, which came from his pursuit of Elfland. The old man woke him as he came back from his snaring. Also, wait, this man is literally the king of this kingdom. Can he go and be gone like he is? Do the people not need him? I'm confused. Like, what is happening? And all the morning, the leather worker went from house to house amongst his neighbors, dwelling on little farms at the edge of the fields we know, and he got salted meats from some, bread from one, a cheese board from another, and came back, burdened to his house in time to prepare dinner. I would hope they know he left. He is their king. Hello, Swinky. Thank you for the headbats. Thank you, thank you. Also, what are you doing? What do you mean, exclamation point, koi fish? Oh. I don't know, Swinky. I don't know. What did happen? What happened? Eh? I didn't stream a day I wasn't supposed to. And all the provender that burdened this man, Alveric shouldered in a sack, and some he put in his wallet, and he filled his water bottle, and 2 more besides that his host had made from large skins, for he had seen no streams at all in the desolate land, and thus equipped he walked some way from the cottage, and he looked again at the land from which Elfland had ebbed. He came back satisfied that he could carry provisions for a fortnight. Wow, he's prepared to walk for 2 weeks. Okay, good luck. Yeah, Crystalline, that'll be fun though. Flying? I'm sure it's a fun thing to do. It looks complicated, but yeah, Swinky, get your horse girls. Get your horse girls. It seems complicated, Crystalline, but I'm sure it's really cool up there. And in the evening, while the old man prepared pieces of squirrel's meat, Alveric stood again on the windowless side of the cottage, gazing still across the lonely land, hoping always to see emerge from the clouds that were coloring at sunset those serene, pale blue mountains, and seeing never a peak at the sunset, and that was the last of October. Next morning, oh gosh, he's gonna be traveling when it's cold too. Ooh, that sucks. Next morning, Alveric, thank you for the lurk, Scramalope. Alveric made a good meal in the cottage, then took his heavy burden. Hi, Chronic. Hello, good evening. Then took his heavy burden of provisions and paid his host and started. The door of the cottage opened towards the west. Funny. And the old man cordially saw him away from his door with Godspeed and farewells. but he would not move around his house to watch him going eastward, nor would he speak of that journey. It was as though to him there were only 3 points of the compass. Hello! Of course! I like your little waves. Is that first one a duck? It is! Oh wait, it's a limited time. Oh, is it a hype train? That's freaking cool! And then your second one. That's awesome. Someone's got like an actual unique skin color. I can fuck with it. That's awesome. I like that. I like the duck. The bright autumnal sun was not yet high when Alveric went from the fields we know to the land that Elfland had left, and that nothing else went near, with his big sack over his shoulder and his sword at his side. The May trees of memory that he had seen were all withered now. Thank you for the follow, Chronic. Thank you. Were all withered now, and the old songs and voices that had haunted that land were all now faint as sighs, and there seemed to be fewer of them, as though some had already died or had struggled back to Elfland. All that day Alveric travelled, with the vigour that waits at the beginning of journeys, which helped him on, though he was burdened with so much provisions, and a big blanket that he wore like a heavy cloak around his shoulders, and he carried, besides, a bundle of firewood and a stave in his right hand. He was an incongruous figure, with his stave and his sack and his sword, but he followed one idea, one inspiration, one hope, and so shared something of the strangeness that all men have who do this. Oh, absolutely, Chronic. Thank you for being here at all. And what do you mean lucky you're not the main pilot, Crystal? What do you mean lucky? Are you insinuating that if you had to pilot the plane, or is it a plane that you're piloting? Not a helicopter, but like a plane, right? That if you had to pilot it, you you would do the best. Don't crash anything. Ooh, Fallout 4. I have a song on Spotify that I listen to that is about Fallout 4. Quack. It's guacamole. I've never played it, but I listened to the song. It's pretty good. Hold on. You're Special by Dan Bull. I just think it's fun. He goes through, transform. He goes through like the letters SPECIAL, and he does like this whole alliteration thing for it. It's a cool song if you haven't heard it. Okay. 3 again. We're going back to Bloom. Okay. Yes, perfect. Halting at noon to eat and rest, he went slowly on again and walked till evening. Even then he did not rest as he had intended, for when twilight fell and lay heavy along the eastern sky, he continually rose from his resting and went a little further to see if it might not be that dense, deep twilight that made the frontier of the fields we know, shutting them off from Elfland. But it was always earthy twilight, until the stars came out, and they were all the familiar stars that look on earth. Then he lay down among those unrounded and mossless rocks, and ate bread and cheese and drank water. And as the cold of the night began to come over the plain, he lit a small fire with his scanty bundle of wood, and lay close to it with his cloak and his blanket around him, and before the embers were black, he was sound asleep. Dawn came, without sound of bird, or whisper of leaves or grasses. Dawn came in dead silence and cold, and nothing on all that plain gave a welcome back to the light. If darkness had lain forever upon those angular rocks, it were better, Alveric thought, as he saw their shapeless companies sullenly glowing. Darkness were better now that Elfland was gone, and though the misery of that disenchanted place entered his spirit with the chill of the dawn, yet his fiery hope still shone, and gave him little time to eat by the cold, black circle of his lonely fire before it hurried him onward easterly over the rocks. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. It's very nice that even with being away, the people that you're going to end up being with are people that you know pretty intimately. So you feel very comfortable with them, which I'm sure is kind of important when you're up in the air like that and you're flying an aircraft. You kind of have to have trust and communication with each other. So that's good. I'm glad. That's awesome. And all that morning he traveled on without the comradeship of a blade of grass. The golden birds. Oh, Tim got up just to rearrange. Oh, just to sit in the same position. That is not comfy. He's goofy. The golden birds that he had seen before had long since fled back to Elfland, and the birds of our fields, and all living things we know, shunned all of that empty waste. Alveric traveled as much alone as a man who goes back in memory to revisit remembered scenes, and instead of remembered scenes, he was in a place from which every glamour had gone. He traveled somewhat lighter than on the day before, but he went more wearily, for he felt more heavily now the fatigue of the previous day. Hi, Big Tam. Hello. Good evening. I am good. How are you tonight? He rested long at midday and then went on. The myriad rocks stretched on and slightly jagged the horizon, and all day there came no glimpse of the pale blue mountains. That evening, from his dwindling provision of wood, Alveric made another fire. Its little flame going up alone in that waste seemed somehow to reveal the monstrous loneliness. He sat by his fire and thought of Lyrazel and would not give up hope, though a glance at those rocks might have warned him not to hope, for something in their chaotic look partook of the plane that bred them, and they hinted it to the infinite. Bum, bum, bum. First good day of the month for you? We're 17 days in. Oh, Ham, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope the rest of your month continues to be good, though. I hope you continue to have upward days. And hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. Remember to wear green today or you'll get pinched. You don't want to get pinched, do ya? I need to rewatch Luck of the Irish. That's a good Disney Channel movie about St. Patrick's Day. I should rewatch it, honestly. Thank you, Ham. Thanks. Chapter 8. The reticence? Sure. Of the leather worker. Oh, wait. Oh, we're gonna get a bit of backstory into the leather worker. Oh my gosh. Kami. Kami, don't hurt yourself. Kami, don't hurt yourself. Leprechaun in the Hood's a different experience. Yeah, Maddie, make sure you wear green though, for real. Oh, hell yeah. You get to have a nice off day. That'll be good. It was many days before Alveric learned from the monotony of the rocks that one day's journey was the same as another. Ooh, okay, wait. I wonder if he's like on a loop. Hello, Kami. Hello. But can I wait in this? I can't. Oh my god, help. I got 4 arms. We ignore that. I'm sorry, my fingers. I only have 2. I only have 2 arms, I swear. But I wonder if he's stuck in like a loop. If he's not actually making any progress farther. Yeah, got me. And I wonder if instead, there we go. But I wonder if instead he's like stuck in a little portion and it's just an infinite loop, so he's not actually traveling any distance, you know? I'm not certain, but that's what it sounds like it could be. Thank you for the 3 streams streak. Yay, thank you. Thanks, Big Dan. Okay. And that by no number of journeys would he bring any change to his rugged horizons, which were all drearily like the ones they replaced, and never brought a view of the pale blue mountains. He had gone, while his fortnight's provisions grew lighter and lighter, for 10 days over the rocks. Inkling! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hold on. Yes, please. And I do it. Do I have to do an ad? I don't. Yay. Hi, Inkling! Thank you for the headbands. And thanks for coming in. Good evening. Kami. Oh yeah, Kami. Good luck. Good luck indeed. That's funny. Oh, word. Okay. For 10 days over the rocks. It was now evening, and Alveric understood at last that if he travelled further and failed soon to see the peaks of the Elfland mountains, he would starve. So he ate his supper sparingly. In the darkness, his bundle of firewood having long since been used, and abandoned the hope that had led him, and as soon as there was any light at all to show him where the east was, he ate a little of what he had saved from his supper, and started his long tramp back to the fields of men, over rocks that seemed all the harsher because his back was to Elfland. All that day he ate and drank little, and by nightfall he still had left full provisions for 4 more days. He had hoped to travel faster during the last 3 days, if he should have to turn back, because he would travel lighter. He had given no thought to the power of those monotonous rocks to weary and to depress with their desolation, with the hope that had somewhat eliminated their grimness was gone. He had thought little of turning back at all, till the 10th evening came, and no pale blue mountains, and he suddenly looked at his provisions, and all the monotony of his homeward journey was broken only by occasional fears that he might not be able to come back to the fields that we know. That's right, Connor, it's woof, woof. The myriad rocks lay larger and thicker than tombstones, and not so carefully shaped, yet the waste had the look of a graveyard, stretching over the world with unrecording stones above nameless heads, chilled by the bitter nights, guided by blazing sunsets, He went on through the morning mists and the empty noons and weary, birdless evenings. More than a week went by since he had turned, and the last of his water was gone, and still he saw no sign of the fields that we know, or anything more familiar than rocks that he seemed to remember, and which would have misled him northward, southward, or eastward, were it not for the red November sun that he followed, and sometimes some friendly star. And at last, just as the darkness fell, blackening that rocky multitude, there showed westward over the rocks, pale at first against remnants of sunset, but growing more and more orange, a window under one of the gables of man. Alveric rose and walked towards it till the rocks in the darkness and weariness overcame him, and he lay down and wept. Slept. And he lay down and slept, and the little yellow window shone into his dreams and made forms of hope as fair as any that came from Elfland. The house that he saw in the morning when he woke seemed impossible to be the one whose tiny light had held out hope and help to him in the loneliness. It seemed now too plain and common. He recognized it for a house not far from the one of the leather worker. Soon he came to a pool and drank. He came to a garden in with which a woman was working early, and she asked him whence he had come. From the east, he said, and pointed, and she did not understand. And so he came again to the cottage from which he had started, to ask once more for hospitality from the old man who had housed him twice. Okay. Bear with me now. I've got a weird theory that I don't think is right, but it's what came into my head. So, he's clearly still in Elfland, right? Because it doesn't say that he made it out. It doesn't say he made it to the grass. It just says that all of a sudden he saw an orange window and that it's attached to a cabin. And this lady doesn't know what he's talking about when he says from the east. So, I think that he's still in Elfland and that this is all a trick. What if, because the title of the section is something about the leather worker, what if he has somehow traveled back in time to see the leather worker when he's younger, and that this is also his wife, maybe, because he said it's a cottage just the same, and it's both of them when they're young, and whatever's supposed to happen, what if that is what's happening, that whatever causes the dude to not speak anymore, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about Elfland, what if that is like what we're seeing all of a sudden? Maybe I'm being a little silly, but that's what my brain is saying. My brain's saying it's some sort of like, oh, we're back in time. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. And this is Gleamwood. She's all about sunlight and light in general, I guess. He was standing in his doorway as Alveric came, walking wearily, and again he made him welcome. Okay, maybe not. Maybe everything I just said was stupid. Maybe everything I just said was very stupid. He gave him milk and then food, and Alveric ate and then rested all the day. It was not till evening he spoke, but when he had eaten and rested, he was at the table again, and supper was now before him, and there was light and warmth. He felt all at once the need of human speech, and then he poured out the story of that great journey over the land where the things of man ceased, and where yet no birds or little beasts had come, or even flowers, a chronicle of desolation. And the old man, see, this sounds like, I am just yapping. Paul, no way you just said piss colored. What the fuck? Good night, Kala. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great evening. You think this is a pink color? This is just like yellow, no? Is this not just yellow? I mean, pea is yellow, yes, but like, come on. Look, yeah, it can be a piss variation. It's horrible. It looks a little dirty. Golden shower. Oh, hi, Lonely Loser. Thank you so much for following. Okay, it's not easy to get yellow on this model. Thank you very much. Yellow does not like to be done. It's very, very hard to get. I struggle. Yeah, piss away it. Yeah, honestly, I agree with you. I think I can make the ends a bit lighter. I will look into that. Thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Okie dokie. But yeah, he's talking about the old man, so I think whatever the hell I was just saying is completely wrong. I'm not following. I didn't know he got back to the fields, but whatever. Okay. And the old man listened to the vivid words and said nothing, making some comments of his own only when Alveric spoke of the fields we know. He heard with politeness, but said never a word of the land from which Elfland had ebbed. It was indeed as though all the land to the east were delusion, and as though Alveric had been restored from it, or had awoken from a dream, and were now among reasonably daily things, and there was nothing to say of the things of dream. Certainly never a word would the old man say in recognition of Elfland, or of anything 80 yards east of his cottage door. Then Alveric went to his bed, and the old man sat alone till his fire was low, thinking of what he had heard and shaking his head. And all the next day Alveric rested there. Thank you, Hitmanic, for the headbands. Rested there, or walked in the old man's autumn-smitten garden, and sometimes he tried again to speak with his host of his great journey in the desolate land, but got from him no admission that such lands were, checked always by his avoidance of the topic, as though to speak of these lands might bring them nearer. Oh, wait, though. Yeah, piss away, yeah, thanks, Paul. And Alveric pondered on many reasons for this. Had the old man been to Elfland in his youth and seen something he greatly feared, perhaps barely escaping from death or an age-long love? Was Elfland a mystery too great to be troubled by human voices? Did these folk dwelling there at the edge of our world know well the unearthly beauty of all the glories of Elfland, and fear that even to speak of them might be a lure to draw them whither their resolution barely perhaps held them back? Or might a word said of the magical land bring it nearer, to make fantastic and elvish the fields we know? To all these ponderings of Alveric there was no answer. And yet, one more day Alveric rested, and after that he set out to return to Earl. He set out. Hi, Oni-chan. I am reading. Oh, thank you for the follow as well. Oh no. Paul. Anyways, Onino, I am reading The King of Elfland's Daughter. Yep. Hi, Switches. And Paul, you're not getting it. Everybody's daggers went up. and they came down. Okay, that's all you get. That's all you get. Oh, Lord. He set out in the morning, and his host came with him out of his doorway, saying farewell, and speaking of his journey home and of the affairs of Earl, which were food for gossip over many farmlands. And great was the contrast between the good man's approval that he showed thus for the fields we know, over which Alveric journeyed now, and his disapproval for those other lands, whither Alveric's hopes still turned. And they parted, and the old man's farewells dwindled, and then he turned back into his house, rubbing his hands contentedly as he slowly went, for he was glad to see one who had looked towards the fantastic lands turn now to a journey across the fields we know. She is sleeping. Hi, Cowboy. She's just sleeping. Yeah, her cat. And then my cat over there is also sleeping. In those fields, the frost was master, and Alveric walked over the crisp grey grass and breathed the clear, fresh air, thinking little of his home or his son, but planning how even yet he might come to Elfland, for he thought that further north there might be a way, coming round perhaps behind the pale blue mountains, that Elfland had ebbed too far for him to overtake it. There he felt despairingly sure, but scarcely believed it might have gone the entire frontier of twilight, where Elfland touches earth as far as poet has sung. Further north he might find the frontier, unmoved, lying sleepily with twilight, and come under the pale blue mountains and see his wife again. Full of these thoughts, he went over the misty, mellow fields. It's very funny to me to think of whatever her name is, his wife's name. I can't remember, and it's fine. But it's funny to me to think of how, for her over in Elfland, it's probably been maybe 2 minutes, and it's been like 3 weeks, perhaps 4 weeks for Alveric, and she doesn't even know that he's going and looking for her. She's probably like, he hates me, he told me not to pray. I think it's very interesting to think of the differences in what they're experiencing. And full of his dreams and plans about that phantasmal land, he came in the afternoon to the woods that prewed above Earl. He entered the wood, and deep though he was amongst thoughts that were far from here, he soon saw the smoke of a fire a little way off, rising grey among the dark oak boles. He went towards it to see who was there, and there were his son and Zeronderol warming their hands at the fire. Oops. Oh, he hasn't seen his son in, 3 weeks. Oopsies. Where have you been? Called Orion as soon as he saw him. Upon a journey, said Alveric. No. Oh, son, I miss you. How have you been? I've been on a journey. I'm gonna go find your mom. Like, what the frick? Yeah, he has a half-human, half-elf child. Timmy, where you going? What you doing? Oth is hunting, Orion said, and he pointed in the direction whence the wind was fanning the smoke. And Zeronderol said nothing, for she saw more in Alveric's eyes than any questions of hers would have drawn from his tongue. Then Orion showed him a deer skin on which he was sitting. Oth shot it, he said. Oh, he's eating dinner, or he's having a snack. That's what my cat's doing. So if you hear him eating, apologies. Hi, Knife. Yes, puppy, puppy, puppy. They had a kid, like, right after they met. They got married and then they had a child. I don't know how old this kid is. I can't recall, but clearly he's old enough to be out hunting, so who knows. There seemed to be a magic all around that fire of big logs, quietly smoldering in the woods up on Autumn's discarded rope that lay brilliant there, and it was not the magic of Elfland, nor had Sarandril called it up with her wand. It was only a magic of the wood's very own. And Alveric stood there for a while in silence, watching the boy and the witch by their fire in the wood, and understanding that the time was come when he must tell Orion things that were not clear to himself, and that were puzzling him even now. Yet he did not speak of them, but, saying something of the affairs of Earl, turned and walked on towards his castle, while Sarandril and the boy came back later with Oth. And Alveric commanded supper when he came to his gateway, and ate it alone in the great hall that there was in the castle of Earl, and all the while he was pondering words to say. And then he went in the evening up to the nursery, and told the boy how his mother was gone for a while to Elfland, to her father's palace, which may only be told of in song, and, unheeding any words of Orion then, he held on with the brief tale that he had come to tell, and told how Elfland was gone. But that cannot be, said Orion, for I hear the horns of Elfland every day. What? Thank you for the headpads, Knife. Wait, hold on, huh? You can hear them? Alveric said, and the boy replied, I hear them blowing at evening. Huh? 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 The frick. I mean, I guess because he's half elf, but like, what the fuck? The voices! And yes, they are elk. But okay. So now at this point, I guess Alveric is gonna grab Orion, and he's gonna be like, go, lead the way, take me, walk us. I tried to do something. I did not think that through, though. That was not the best. That was not a phenomenal scan. Hold on, let me try again. Oh, no, we had a double scan. Hold on, I got you. Nope, that's not a scan. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Yeah, literally. Huh? Dang it. Well, that one's kind of interesting. I would like to do like one of those. I do suck very bad at scan. I fully agree. You are not incorrect on that fact. Oh. Okay, how about that? I got some weird ass random middle eyeball. Sure, good enough for me. Okie dokie. Chapter 9. Wait. Is that chapter 9? Yes, chapter 9. Roman numerals. It's the scan redeem. It's fun. There's very funny faces that come out of it sometimes. Oh, my cat jumped up on my desk. Hello, Timmy. Tim, you done purring? You done? Okay. Oh, be good, be good, be good, be good. Wait, no. He is most certainly a very curious cat. He is taking that to heart. Sir, can you... No. You cannot get on my keyboard. No. You also can't get on my desk. I'm using those for something. See, now you're in front of my camera. Hey, that's my water bottle. Yes, sir. Hello. No, that's my cord to my earbuds. Yeah, just sit down. Lay down. Whatever works. Please and thank you. Thank you. Okay, does that work for you? Because that works for me. Yeah, cat blocks the camera. He turns off the model. I think it's a cat versus dog thing, you know. Okay, anyways. Oh. No. You cannot hit the microphone. The dog. Okay, Tim. Mwah. Kisses. Ka-chow. Thank you for visiting. Winter descended on Earl and gripped the forest, holding the small twigs stiff and still. In the valley, it silenced the stream, and in the fields of the oxen, the grass was brittle as earthenware. My dog is drinking water. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay, that was literally 2 seconds. She finished. You barely drink anything. Okay. And the breath of the beasts went up like the smoke of encampments, and Orion still went to the woods. You can see her right here. Hello. Oh, okay, yeah, make me drink water now. Blah. I'm gonna have to fill my water bottle. Good night, Mom. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Have a great night. Good night. Okay. And Orion still went to the woods whenever Oth would take him, and sometimes he went with Thrall. Yeah, they are on the move. When he went with Oth, the wood was full of the clamor of the beasts that Oth hunted, and the splendor of the great stags seemed to haunt the gloom of far hollows. But when he went with Thrall, a mystery haunted the wood, so that one could not say what creature might not appear, nor what haunted and hid by every enormous bole. What beasts there were in the wood, even Thrall did not know. Many kinds fell to his subtlety, but who knew if these were all? And when the boy was late in the wood, on happy evenings, he would always hear as the sun went blazing down, rank on rank of the elfin horns, blowing far away eastward in the chill of the coming dusk, very far and faint, like reveille heard in dreams. From beyond the woods they sounded, all those ringing horns, From beyond the downs, far over the furthest curve of them, and he knew them for the silver horns of Elfland. In all other ways he was human, and but for his power to hear those horns of Elfland, whose music rings but a yard beyond human hearing, and his knowledge of what they were, but for these two things he was as yet not more than a human child. And how the horns of Elfland blew over the barrier of twilight, to be heard by any ear in the fields we know, I cannot understand. Yet Tennyson speaks of them as heard faintly blowing, even in these fields of ours, and I believe that by accepting all the poets say, while duly inspired, our errors will be fewest. So, also, hold on, is my... Oh, it stopped. That's why I was like, it's a little quiet. My background noise wasn't going. It was just me. There we go, I put some background back on. So, though science may deny or confirm it, Tennyson's line shall guide me here. Alveric, in those days, went through the village of Earl, with his thoughts far from near, moodily, and he stopped at many doors, and spoke and planned, with his eyes always fixed, as it seemed, on things no one else could see. Hold on, okay, perfect. Whew. I was making sure chat wasn't, the chat widget wasn't stuck. And planned, with his eyes always fixed, as it seemed, on things no one else could see. He was brooding on far horizons, and the last over which was Elfland, and from house to house he gathered a little band of them. What was that? Are we chill? Okay, hopefully that was fine. It was Alveric's dream to find the frontier further north, to travel on over the fields we know, always searching new horizons, till he came to some place far from which Elfland has not ebbed. To this he determined to dedicate his days. When Learzel was with him amongst the fields we know, his thoughts had ever been to make her more earthly, but now that she was gone, the thoughts of his own mind were becoming daily more elvish, and folk began to look sideways at his fantastic mien. Dreaming always of Elfland and of elvish things, he gathered horses and provender, and made for his little band so huge a store of provisions that those who saw it wondered. Many men he asked to be of that curious band, and few would go with him to hunt the horizons, when they heard whither he went. And the first that he found to be of that band was a lad that he crossed in love, and then a young shepherd, well used to lonely spaces. Then one that had heard a curious song that someone sang one evening. It had his thoughts roving away to impossible lands, and so he was well content to follow his fancies. One huge full moon one summer had shone all a warm night long on a lad as he lay in the hay, and after that he had guessed or seen things that he said the moon had showed him. Whatever they were, none else saw any such things in Earl. He also joined Alveric's band as soon as he asked him. It was many days before Alveric found these four, and more he could not find, but a lad that was quite witless, and took him to tend to the horses, for he understood horses well, and they understood him, though no human man or woman could make him out at all, except his mother, who wept when Alveric had his promise to go. For our protagonist is British. Oh, are they? I didn't realize. Hi, Lorcana. I have a Lorcana. Lorcana? Lorcana? I have a Lorcana desk mat. It's specifically Chip and Dale because they're my favorite. But hello. Good evening. For she said that he was the prop and support of her age, and knew what storms would come, and when the swallows would fly, and what colors the flowers would come up from seeds that she sowed in her garden, and where the spiders would build their webs, and the ancient fables of flies. Okay. She wept and said that, oh no, my mouse. Hold on. We are not that far. We are right here. Okay, hold on. And the ancient fables of flies. She wept and said that there would be more things lost by his going than ever folk guessed in Earl. For some reason my stream paused, so I had to refresh it. But Alveric took him away. Many go thus. Both correct. Oh, you were before the game. Ah, yes, it is from like 1927. No, Paul, like 1927. It's old. It is actually what inspired J.R.R. Tolkien for the Lord of the Rings. It's actually one of his inspirations, which is kind of crazy. And oh, fellow lad, okay, maybe. And one morning, yeah, very ancient. And one morning, 6 horses heaped and hung with provisions all around their saddles waited at Alveric's gateway, with the 5 men that were to roam with him as far as the world's edge. He had taken long counsel with Zorondorel, but she said that no magic of hers had power to charm Elfland or to cross the dread will of the king. He therefore commended Orion to her care, knowing well that though hers was but a simple or earthly magic, yet no magic likely to cross the fields we know, nor curse, nor rune directed against this boy, would be able to thwart her spell, and for himself he trusted to the fortune that waits at the end of long, weary journeys. To Orion he spoke long, not knowing how long that journey might be before he again found Elfland, nor how easily he might return across the frontier of twilight. He asked the boy what he desired of life. Thank you for the headbats, Maddie. One of your mentors was taught by a friend of Tolkien? What? Are you kidding? That's crazy. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, that's really cool. How fun. Hell yeah, street cred. Why is Orion not going with Alveric? Like, what the fuck? What is happening? Why is he not bringing his son with him, if his son is the one who can hear the elf horns? The fuck is it? Why? Why would you not use your, like, main asset, your main tool? What is it? I'm so confused. Direct connection to Middle Earth. Yes, that is really, really cool. That's awesome. To be a hunter, said Orion. What will you hunt while I am over the hills? Said his father. Stags, like Oth, said Orion. Alveric commended that sport, for he himself loved it. And some day I will go a long way over the hills and hunt stranger things, said the boy. What kind of things? Said Alveric, but the boy did not know. His father suggested different kinds of beasts. No, Stranger than them, said Orion. Stranger even than bears. But what will they be? Asked his father. Magic things, said the boy. But the horses moved restlessly down below in the cold, so that there was no time for more idle talk, and Alveric said farewell to the witch and his son, and strode away, thinking little of the future, for all was too vague for thought. Ridiculous. Absolutely horrible. Alveric mounted his horse. Thank you, Chronic. Yes, I have a little book. Alveric mounted his horse over the heaps of provisions, and all the band of 6 men rode away. The villagers stood in the street to see them go. All knew their curious quest, and when all had saluted Alveric, and all had called their farewells to the last of the riders, a hum of talk arose, and in the talk was contempt of Alveric's quest, and pity, and ridicule, and sometimes affection spoke, and sometimes scorn. Yet in the hearts of all there was envy, for their reason mocked the lonely roving of that outlandish adventure, but their hearts would have gone. And away rode Alveric out of the village of Earl with his company of adventurers behind him, a moonstruck man, a madman, a lovesick lad, a shepherd boy, and a poet. And Alveric made Vand, the young shepherd, the master of his encampment, for he deemed him to be the sanest among his following. Hi JR and Will, thank you so much for the lurk. But there were disputes at once as they rode, before they came to make any encampment, and Alveric, hearing or feeling the discontent of his men, learned that on such a quest as his, it was not the sanest, but the maddest that should be given authority. So he named Niv, the witless lad, the master of his encampment, and Niv served him well till a day. Oh no. I yawn. Oops. Till a day that was far thence, and the moon-struck men stood by Niv, and all were content to do the bidding of Niv, and all honored Alveric's quest. And many men in numerous lands, numerous lands, do saner things with less harmony. What's a witless? I don't know what you were talking about, but I guess you figured it out. They came to the uplands, and rode over the fields, and rode till they came to the furthest hedges of men, and to the houses that they have built at the verge, beyond which even their thoughts refuse to fare. Through this line of houses, at the edge of those fields, 4 or 5 in every mile, Alveric went with his queer company. The leather worker's hut was far to the south. Now he turned northward to ride past the backs of the houses, over fields through which once the barrier of twilight had run, till he should find some place where Elfland might seem not to have ebbed so far. He explained this to his men, and the leading spirits, Niv and Zend, who was moonstruck, applauded at once, and Thiel, the young dreamer of songs, said the scheme was a wise one too, and Vand was carried away by the keen zeal of these 3, and it was all one to knock the lover, and they had not gone far along the backs of the houses when the red sun touched the horizon, and they hastened to make an encampment by what remained of the light of that short winter's day. And Niv said they would build a palace like those of kings, and the idea fired Zen to work like 3 men, and Thiel helped eagerly, and they set up stakes and stretched blankets upon them, and made a wall of brushwood, for they were but just outside the hedgerows, and Van helped too with rough hurdles, and Rannoch toiled on wearily, and when all was finished, Niv said that it was a palace. Oh my god, Benzo, you won your jackass! Yeah, 6-7. Hi, I not good. Thank you, 6-7 indeed. No, SMH my head, no. I unfortunately have brain rot. I see 6-7, the funny numbers, and I like it. And Alveric went in and rested, while they lit a fire outside, and Vand cooked a meal for them all, which he did every day for himself upon lonely downs, and none could have cared for the horses better than Niv. And as the gloaming faded away, the cold of winter grew, and by the time that the first stars shone there seemed nothing in all the night but bitter cold. Yet Alveric's men lay down by their fire in their leathers and furs and slept, all but Rannoch the lover. To Alveric, lying on furs in his shelter, watching red embers glowing beyond dark shapes of his men, the quest promised well. He would go far north, watching every horizon for any sign of Elfland. He would go by the border of the fields we know, and always be near provisions. And if he got no glimpse of the pale blue mountains, he would go on till he found some field from which Elfland had not yet ebbed, and so come round behind them. I guess that makes sense. Like, if you follow the continent, it has to exist somewhere within the continent, you know? And Niv and Zend and Thiel had all sworn to him that evening that before many days were gone, they would surely all find Elfland. Upon this thought, they slept. Yay, that's the end of that chapter. Okay, I shall read one chapter more, and then I will go to sleepies. Chapter 15, The Retreat of the Elf King. Oh, wait, oh my god, we're back in Elfland. Oh, we're back in Elfland. Oh, this is exciting. Okay. When Lyrazel blew away with the splendid leaves, they dropped one by one from their dance in the gleaming air, and ran on over the fields for a while, and then gathered by hedgerows and rested. But earth that pulls all things down had no hold on her, for the rune of the king of Elfland had crossed its borders, calling her home. So she rode carelessly the great northwest wind. Oh, wow. Wow, okay, wait. Suspicious, that's not what I said. Unless it is what I said. Is that what I said? I hope it's not, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm brain dead on accident. I meant to say, if Elfland exists somewhere in the continent, then going around the continent you should find it eventually. That's exactly what I said. Oh no. Someone send help. That's what I'm saying. Like, you'll find it eventually. In the middle or something. Oh god. Hey Brennan, thank you for the lurk. Oh, I can't believe I actually said that. If we go to the continent, in the continent you'll be in the continent. Oh no. I'm so stupid right now. Help. My brain doesn't want to work. I know, genius. Wow. Oh jeez. Okay, anyways. Okay, so she's riding the northwest wind. Does that mean that the wind is taking her northwest? Or does that mean the wind is coming from the northwest, pushing her southeast? Is anyone that is smarter than me here and can tell me? Streamer is dumb. Where's my dumb sticky? Someone dumb sticky me. Yeah, I'm very dumb. Absolutely. Oh, hi Punished. Thank you so much for the follow. Good evening. Hey, I said dumb sticky. a flick will work. Thank you, Ton. Thank you. That's what I needed. I needed dumb sticky. Yeah, transforms. And you know what? Here, because I want it. YOLO. I'll do a transform myself. Here we go. Transform. Ka-chow. Okay, what do I get? 3, 2, 1. Frick. I wanted something new. Darn nabbit. It'd be what it be. Yeah, it wasn't Pissoyed, unfortunately. It was Gale Moyed. And suspicious. I'm the smartest one you've seen this hour. Your expectations are low. Goodness gracious. Okie dokie. Looking down idly on the fields we know, as she swept. Why did his automatic feeder go off at 3 in the morning? That is not what I set it for. Can you imagine? I would be sleeping on a normal day? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Exactly, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. But, like, I would be sleeping on a normal day that I'm not streaming, and that would wake me up. What the frick? What did I need help with again? I don't know, Dawn. What did I need help with? I don't remember. And yes, I'm sorry, Big Tim. I apologize. And look, even if he has the munchies, which he doesn't, he didn't go get any food. Why is it going off when I didn't set it to go off? Yeah, I also have the munchies, honestly. But this hour, yeah, okay, look, you know what? It's because you're only, is it because you're only watching me right now, suspicious? So the only person you can compare me to is myself. Oh, yes, I did. I wanted to know. Okay. I wanted to know when it says that she rode the great northwest wind, does that mean the wind is taking her, because she's like on it, it's dragging her in a direction? Is it dragging her northwest, or does that mean the wind is coming from the northwest, thus it is taking her southeast? That's what I wanted to know. Because that determines where Elfland is. Okay, so Elfland has changed from the east to now west. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. So I guess Alveric going north like he decided to do is good. He'll find it eventually. So hey, let's go. I am making us dumber. Honestly, I need to stop talking and just read. Okay. She rode the northwest wind, looking down idly on the fields we know, as she swept over them homewards. No grip had earth on her any longer at all, for with her weight, which is where earth holds us, were gone all her earthly cares. She saw without grief old fields wherein she and Alveric walked once. They drifted by. She saw the houses of men. These also passed, and deep and dense and heavy with color, she saw the border of Elfland. So So north into south. Okay, she's traveling southward. Oh, so she's southeast. Oh, dang, he's going the wrong direction then. A last cry. Earth called to her with many voices. A child shouting. Rooks cawing. The dull lowing of cows. A slow cart heaving home. Then she was into the dense barrier of twilight, and all Earth's sounds dimmed suddenly. She was through it, and they ceased, like a tired horse falling dead. Hello? Okay, my dog has sat at my feet under my desk. Yes, Elfland is where the elves lived. You're so smart. Like a tired horse falling dead, our northwest wind dropped at the frontier, for no winds blow in Elfland that roam over the fields we know. And Lyrazel slanted slowly onward and down, till her feet were back again on the magical soil of her home. She saw full fair the peaks of the Elfin Mountains, and dark underneath them the forest that guarded the Elf King's home. Above this forest were glimmering even now great spires in the elfin morning, which glows more with sparkling splendor. Hi Edgar, thank you so much for the follow. Good evening. Hey, how dare you lose brain cells for listening to me? I'm just reading a book. Which glows with more sparkling splendor than do our most dewy dawns, and never passes away. Yeah, it is your mad. Over the elfin land, the elfin lady passed with her light feet, touching the grasses as thistledown touches them when it comes down to them, and brushes their crests, while a languid wind rolls it slowly over the fields we know, and all the elvish and fantastic things, and all the curious aspect of the land, and the odd flowers, and the haunted trees, and the ominous boding of magic that hung in the air, were all so full of memories of her home that she flung her arms around the first gnarled, gnome-like trunk and kissed its wrinkled bark. Zero. Oh my god, Paul, you're right. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. How about myself, though? Boing sale. Oh. You know what? That tracks. After tonight, yeah, that does explain a lot. Oh, 0 brain cells for me. I am very dumb tonight. Sorry. No, I'm not okay. I'm struggling. And so she came to the enchanted wood, and the sinister pines that guarded it, with the watchful ivy leaning over their branches, bowed to Lyrazel as she passed. Not a wonder in that wood, not a grim hint of magic, but brought back the past to her as though it had scarcely gone. It was, she felt, just yesterday morning that she had gone away, and it was yesterday morning still. Honestly, probably. As she passed through the wood, the gashes of Alvaric's sword thank you for the headbands, Jillian. Thank you. Of Alvaric's sword were yet fresh and white on the trees. Hello, Matt. What are you? Who are you? Who was this? I can't see. They won't show me all your messages. Oh my god, you last chatted on February 11th. Wow. Hello. Welcome back. And thank you for the headbands. And now A light began to glow through the wood, then flash upon flash of colors, and she knew they shone from the glory and splendor of flowers that girdled the lawns of her father. To these she came again, and her faint footprints that she had made as she left. Hey, don't flick me. That she had made as she left her father's palace, and wondered to see Alveric there, were not yet gone from the bended grass and the spider's webs and the dew. There the great flowers glowed in the elfin light, while beyond them they were twinkled and flashed, with the portal through which she had left it still open so wide to the lawns, the palace that may not be told of but only in song. Thither Lyrazel returned, and the Elf King, who heard by magic the tread of her soundless feet, was before his door to meet her. His great beard almost hid her as they embraced. He had sorrowed for her long through the elfin morning. He had wondered, despite his wisdom, he had feared, for all his runes. Oh no. Oh no. He had yearned for her as human hearts may yearn, for all that he was of magic, stock dwelling beyond our fields. And now she was home again, and the elfin morning brightened over leagues of Elfland with the old Elf King's joy, and even a glow was seen upon slopes of the elfin mountains. And through the flash and glimmer of the vast doorway, they passed into the palace once more. The knight of the Elf King's guard saluted with his sword as they went, but dared not turn his head after Lyrazel's beauty. They came again to the hall of the Elf King's throne, which is made of rainbows and ice. Okay. And the great king seated himself and took Lyrazel on his knee, and a calm came down upon Elfland. And for long through the endless elfin morning, nothing troubled that calm. Lyrazel rested after the cares of earth. The Elf King sat there keeping the deep content in his heart. The knight of the guard remained at the salute, his sword's point downward still. The palace glowed and shone. It was like a scene in some deep pool beyond the sound of a city, with green reeds and gleaming fishes and myriads of tiny shells, all shining in the twilight on deep water, which nothing has disturbed through all the long summer's day. And thus they rested beyond the fret of time, and the hours rested around them, as the little leaping waves of a cataract rest when the ice calms the stream. The serene blue peaks of the elfin mountains above them stood like unchanging dreams. Then, like the noise of some city heard amongst birds in the woods, like a sob. Oh, well, hello. I wouldn't have known. Thanks for being here, though. Like a sob heard amongst children that are all met to rejoice, like laughter amongst a company that weep, like a shrill wind in orchards amongst the elderly blossom, like a wolf coming over the downs where the sheep are asleep. There came a feeling into the Elf King's mood that one was coming towards them across the fields of the earth. It was Alveric, with his sword of thunderbolt iron, which somehow the old king sensed by its flavor of magic. Oh, okay. Then the Elf King rose and put his left arm around his daughter, and raised his right to make a mighty enchantment. Standing up before his shining throne, which is the very center of Elfland, and with clear resonance deep down in his throat, he chanted a rhythmic spell, all made of words that Lyrazel had never heard before, some age-old incantation. calling Elfland away, drawing it further from earth, and the marvelous flowers heard as their petals drink in the music. Oh, that scale is kind of normal. Yes, calling Elfland away, drawing it further from earth, and the marvelous flowers heard as their petals drank in the music, and the deep notes flooded the lawns, and all the palace thrilled and quivered with brighter colors and a charm. Uh-oh, derp. Derp, what do you mean? Like, hi, I hear ye. I think I said that right. Like on my screen. So there is a reading command, that's the good news. If you ever want to know what I'm reading, you can always do that, and it pops up right there. Yes, exactly, just like Paul did. Yeah. So there's that, in case you wanted to know. No, Paul, it's okay. On reading, I don't have that. That's a funny one. On reading. Let me go to sleep. Wait, okay. And a charm went over the plain as far as the frontier of twilight, and a trembling went through the enchanted wood. Still, the elf king chaunted on. The ringing, ominous notes came now to the elfin mountains, and all their line of peaks quivered as hills in haze, when the heat of summer beats up from the moors and visibly dances in air. All Elfland heard, all Elfland obeyed that spell, and now the king and his daughter drifted away, as the smoke of the nomads drift over Sahara away from their camels' hair tents, as dreams drift away at dawn, as clouds over the sunset, and, like the wind with the smoke, night with the dreams, warmth with the sunset, all Elfland drifted with them. All Elfland drifted with them and left the desolate plain, the dreary, deserted region, the unenchanted land. So swiftly that spell was uttered. So suddenly Elfland obeyed, that many a little song, old memory, garden, or May tree of remembered years, was swept but a little way by the drift and heave of Elfland, swaying too slowly eastwards till the elfin lawns were gone, and the barrier of twilight heaved over them and left them among the rocks. And they sang words that they never heard before. Who knows? He's onto something there with that, though. And whither Elfland went, I cannot say, nor even whether it followed the curve of the earth, or drifted beyond our rocks out into twilight. There had been an enchantment near to our fields, and now there was none. Wherever it went, it was far. Twilight Sparkle. I always liked Rainbow Dash. She was cool. We're not going to talk about the jar, though. Let's keep that out. Then the Elf King ceased to chaunt, and all was... Hey, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is actually a good TV show, okay? Fight me on this. It's not bad. Was accomplished as silently as, in a moment that none can determine, the long layers over the sunset turned from gold to pink, or from a glowing pink to a listless, unlit color. All Elfland left the edges of those fields by which its wonder had lurked for long ages of men, and was away now, whether I know it or not. Fluttershy School? Hi, Amosa. Thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, Apocalyptic. She is actually below me. She's at my toes. She's at my feet. So that my feet is... Spike is cool. Spike is awesome. He gets a little annoying, but he's fun. Uh-oh, I literally had my spot, then I lost it. Wop, 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 wop. Okay. And the Elf King seated himself again on his throne of mist and ice. I thought it was rainbows and ice. In which charmed rainbows were. Okay, I speak too soon, I just need to keep reading. And took Lyrazel, his daughter, again on his knee, and the calm that his taunting had broken came back heavy and deep over Elfland. Heavy and deep it fell on the lawns, heavy and deep on the flowers. Each dazzling blade of grass was still in its little curve, as though nature, in a moment of mourning, said, "Hush," at the sudden end of the world, and the flowers dreamed on in their beauty, immune from autumn or wind. Wait, what? Yeah, Bella just turned kinda special. Wow. Ton, what is your message? Color me just a smidge confused. Yo, apocalyptic, do not. Crazy. Yeah, Ton, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know either. Okay, I won't. Sure. Far over the moors of the trolls slept the calm of the King of Elfland, where the smoke from their queer habitations hung stilled in the air, and in a forest wherein it quieted the trembling of myriads of petals on roses, it stilled the pools where the great lilies towered, till they and their reflections slept on in one gorgeous dream, and there, below motionless fronds of dream-gripped trees, on the still water, dreaming of the still air, where the huge lily leaves floated green in the calm, was the troll Lurulu sitting upon a leaf, for thus they named in Elfland the troll that had gone to Earl. He sat there, gazing into the water at a certain impudent look that he had on. He gazed and gazed and gazed. I bet he's thinking about that kid that he tried to kidnap. Fish with chainsaw. Nothing stirred, nothing changed. All things were still, reposing in the deep content of the king. The knight of the guard brought his sword back to the carry, and afterwards stood as still as his perpetual post, as some suit of armor whose owner is centuries dead. And still the king sat silent with his daughter up on his knee, his blue eyes unmoving as the pale blue peaks, which, through wide windows, shone. Oh no! I had a yawn. Shone from the elfin mountains. Yes, Ton, I am also going to sleep. I have, like 4 sentences left and then we're done. Thank you so much. I'm happy to have you back. I'm glad to see you back. Have a wonderful sleep. Good night, good night. And the elf king stirred not. Yeah, stay until the raid. And the elf king stirred not, nor changed, but held to that moment in which he had found content, and laid its influence over all his dominions, for the good and welfare of Elfland. For he had what all of our troubled world, with all its changes, seeks, and finds so rarely, and must at once cast it away. He had found content, and held it. And in that calm that settled down upon Elfland, there passed 10 years over the fields we know. Oh my god. Hi, Geck. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, that's it. The end of that chapter. And the end of our reading for tonight. Oh my god. Geck, thank you for being here for any bit. Thank you so much as well for wishing me good sleeps. No. No suspicious. I'm tired, I'm yawning. But, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. 10 years? 10 years? 10 years? Oh my god, Paul, that sounds awesome. Wow, that sounds cool. Thank you for the follow, I hear you. Thank you. Oh yes, of course, you have a great night too. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Big Tam, that's very, very nice. That is very, very, very nice of you to say. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. Is there a continent in the continent within the continent's continent? That is the question. Okay, I'm genuinely, like, really in shock over this 10 years bombshell, because, what does that mean for Alveric? Oh, that's terrible. That's freaking terrible. Okay. Let me see. Oh, can we raid too? Yeah, 10 years, this is crazy. Good night, good hunter. Good night. No, I need to go to, yes, please go to, no, not tax, go to category, there we go, category, asthma, benzo, chillin', thank you so much, chillin'. Ton, who do you have in mind? Absolutely, Ton, who do you have in mind? Thank you. Oh, Arya? Yeah. My only thing is, I love Arya and I love Klein. I just feel like I do read into them relatively often, and I would love to find someone new if possible. Thank you again, Jillian. Very, very, very nice. And yes, Arya wasn't here. Quash. Not Almond doing airplane ASMR. That's funny as heck. Let me see. I want to try and find someone. What? What do you mean this person has one viewer? Huh? Okay. Please don't make noise. Oh, she's just now starting. She's brand new, starting now, but she's not in yet, so I don't know. Oh my god, 9.2 thousand followers. She's a little big for me. Hold on, I want to see about supporting small streamers if possible. Hime. Who is that? Thank you, Chronic. Thank you. Good night. I love Almond so freaking much. God, I love her very, very, very much. She's fantastic. These guys got like 400 people. I'm trying to find smiley peoples. Small peopleinos. You know, spread the love for small communities. ASMR. Oops. Send a queen. Okay. Hold on. Oh. Hi. Hi, Cletus? Dawn. Thank you for the follow, Cletus. And Dawn, how? Oh, you want me to do big people intentionally is what you're saying. Oh. And like, I mean, I guess it's good because like the bigger the people, then it's like, they shouted you up to 400 viewers. But also like, that's not my goal. I don't want to go into people just for big shout outs. You know? Duh. Okay, I don't see anybody else, honestly, so sure, I'll do that person. I'll do Miss V Sky Hime. Oh, yeah, mute her. She's cute too. I like her model. She reminds me of a Pokemon trainer. It's cute. Oh, Dawn, I think I'm already choosing someone. Next time though, I might. 100% though, 100% though. I know I get publicity, but like, I don't want to feel like I'm mooching. You know, that feels wrong. Thank you for the flick. I didn't see anybody else doing reading ASMR, unfortunately. I don't want to seem like I'm in it. I'm sorry. But here, this is who we'll do. We'll do Miss V Sky. / Redo. Okay. Pop. Did I do it? Yes. Okay, let me see if my stream deck. It worked. Yay! My stream deck command worked. Hi, Autumn. Thank you for the follow. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. Okay, gang. Oh, Paul, more bits. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you so much. And good night, Autumn. Sleep well. Oh my god, no. Of course. Good night. Y'all have a good night. Have a wonderful one. We will do one last transformation. 6 again. God darn it. It's P Moyed. It's piss Moyed. Good night.